Hello, 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 everybody. How are we all doing this fantastic Sunday? The joke's on me because you're broke. I know. But I like mine better. Moonstone is much better than Star Coins. Welcome in, everybody. How are we all doing? Who do we have here? We've got, oh my goodness, Becca, Mary, Radzi, hi, Kat, Yvette. Let's see, we've got Bug, Malin, Yuri, hello, 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 Rhonda, welcome in, Christian, welcome in. How is everybody this Sunday? You're doing good, just feeding your critters. I love that. I love that. Is everybody excited for camp? Hi, everybody. It's so nice to see you. So yes, as you see, we have a fun new command to play with. You just type in exclamation mark steal and then just the name, no at, of a person in chat or a person in the game, whatever you want to do. And then the stream elements will randomly steal something for you. You're doing good. You're making some dip. Ooh, I love a good dip. What's in your dip? In Mario Party. He runs away. Oh no. That's cute though. Oh, I have to follow you around for that Diet Coke. You stole it from yourself? I feel that. I've had to steal it away from myself as well. Max, I love you, buddy, but I'm going to have to put you away for someone else. Ooh, spinach artichoke. Okay, that's one of our favorites here in this household. Delicious. Do you use the canned artichoke hearts or fresh? I love spin dip. Yes, I'm aware you do, Marm. You just took one. Well, that's good. I hope not. You're decorating your plaza. Oh, fun. Are you going for a particular theme in your plaza, Mary? You're making breakfast. Oh, I got the hiccups. I'm sorry. It's a bad timing for hiccups. I'm doing pretty darn good. My back's hurting a little bit today, I'm not gonna lie. We we moved furniture around, made our living room nice and cozy, and then put together a brand new desk for all of my streaming stuff, and I'm obsessed with it. I did post pictures in the chat in Discord, so if you wanted to see the before and after, I'm super excited. But I'm paying for it a little bit today. You used fresh, but you had to use canned this time. Hey, I love a good canned veg if I have to. I don't love cleaning fresh vegetable. I guess the only thing I like fresh would be potatoes, any kind of potato, or corn, cabbage, stuff like that. I do fresh. Hi, Piglet. Welcome in. Ooh, French bread pizza. Yum. How are you, Piglet? You got the stained glass window with the seal. Ooh. Pretty. So what did I get today? Let me show you. Ooh, ouch. I hate sunburns. Ugh. I got a sunburn so bad in my 20s. It was like second-degree burns over like from my chest line, my cleavage line, all the way across my shoulders and face. It was horrible. Okay, so what did I get today? I got this banner. I got the lion statue. Um, I got the stone bed that I haven't placed yet. Hi, Keto. Welcome in. Hi, Sophie. And then, look, guys, I got the stone fireplace. I'm obsessed with it. I haven't seen it, like, actually work, but it's gorgeous. I really love it. Hurts and itches at the same time. Yep. You're feeding the ravens pizza. They're ravens, right? They'll eat anything. Hello, Jade. Welcome in. Oh, God. Probably not. Yeah, Mr. Jam got a sunburn in the Philippines, which is 2 inches from the sun. So, yeah, you can imagine. Thank you, Marmalade. So yeah, that's what I got in the shop today. The banner, the lion, the stone bed, and the high staff, the stone fireplace, which I love. I love everything in this room. So I need the 2 fairy windows there. I need more of the tables. I only have the corner piece. Oh, you want to go to the Philippines? Nice. Hi, Tater's mom. Welcome in. You haven't been on the game yet. You're going to try to do your dream snap. I love that for you, which is, we're going to be talking about nothing but dream snaps today. So it's a good thing. Okay. So first things first, I wanted to say, and I keep forgetting to kind of have this conversation, but I wanted to say that I apologize for not being more. I wanted to do kind of like a more of a wrap up at the end of every live stream, and I keep forgetting to do it. But I did want to say that anybody who becomes a member, anybody who's here supporting the channel, subscribing, becoming members, super chatting, gifting memberships, you are all very important to me. And I mean to always thank you at the end of the streams more than I have been. So I definitely wanted to say that right off the bat, because I do really appreciate that. And I want to do a better job of kind of calling attention to kind of what has happened in stream. So that is the first thing I wanted to say. Hi, Weasley friend. Welcome in. We do have a couple of new emojis. We have our little question berry, our little question friend, and then we have a little note-taking berry. I thought those were cute to add. So yes, we did get a few more members, and we were able to add a couple more sugar berries, and I hope you like them. Oh, well, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And then I did want to put a shout out to, okay, so Marmalade is, I have 2 mods, Jay and Marmalade. Jay is unfortunately overseas, and sometimes our schedules just don't align well. So it's hard for Jay to be in. Oh my, sorry, I have like a hair stuck in the frame of my glasses. It's tickling my face. Okay. Sorry about that. It's hard for Jay to necessarily be in all the streams. And Marmalade will be going back to school full time in the fall. And although she will be on, quite a few streams, I am looking for another mod to help in my streams. My schedule is pretty standard. Friday afternoons and then Sunday late afternoons. So if you're interested in that, you can send me a DM in Discord, and then we can chit chat about that. But I'd love to have another helping friend to kind of help me manage chat. Weasley, are you connecting another streamer? I can make that happen. Weasley, yep. Weasley, another job opening. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I love that. I love that. If you're up for that, Weasley, I'm down too. I don't want to tax you though. I mean, I know you've got like all of us now. Hi, hot cocoa. I was just about to drop the big bomb. Okay, so last night in Hot Coco's stream, there was a little bit of a wager and a little bit of a fun thing going on in stream. And we were pushing to get 60 likes in her stream. And I said, well, okay, chat, if you get 60 likes, or first it started with 50. If you can get 50 likes, I will say something nice about Eric. And then Coco said, well, okay, but if we get 60 likes, you have to have Eric in a stream. Well, first it started for an hour and then it turned into a whole stream. I don't know how that happened, but I digress. But anyway, so I wrote a little poem about Eric when they hit 50 likes. And then when I was off stream, they did hit 60. And so tomorrow we are having a special Eric and Dreams live stream starting around 4 p.m. And did I say something nice? I did say something nice. I said that he had very nice, thick hair. And I was so happy that my friends liked him. And I called Ariel his wife or his love. I think, yeah. I was nice. I wrote a little poem. Like, I put thought into that. So yes, we're having an Eric stream tomorrow at 4. So I posed with Eric. I took a picture today. It's happening. We're going to hang out with Eric. So yes. And I even, there's even going to be some Eric related commands in stream. So yeah. It's going to be an Eric love fest tomorrow. It was a nice poem, right? Right, Weasley? Like, I put thought into that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling a little tickled in the back of my throat. We'll see. We'll see. And I would just like to do a special shout out to Keto for pushing stream last night for so many likes, too. That was very nice of you, Keto. Love that for me. Hi, Julie. Welcome in. You caught him walking on water? It wouldn't surprise me. In some people's eyes, he does walk on water. Oh my God, commands. Yes, there will be Eric commands. We're going to have fun, I guess. I'm sure I'm going to have to say this all over again when Mr. Star joins in, because I'm sure he'll love this too. So yeah, tomorrow, 4 o'clock, special stream. Do you all have to be nice to them? Oh gosh, no. I would never force that. And the good thing is we're going to hopefully exact some revenge on Coco. Hi, Hope. Welcome in. Okay. Oh, he acts and looks like your ex. Well, then I doubly don't like him. Unless you do like your ex. I mean, some people do. Finally, some Eric love. Ugh, it's going to be painful. Oh, no. He was Eric too? Yes. You can bring the hate. I'm fine with that. I never ban Eric hate. Okay. Oh, speak of the devil. Look, there he is. Speak of the devil. Don't bow to me. It is not your day right now. Okay. Hi, Flynn. How are you? He just waves and then goes about his business. He doesn't stand there and leer at you. That's how a man with a girlfriend should behave. He should just do a friendly hi and then walk away. Not see you. We all see you, Eric. Okay. We are talking Dream Snaps today, and I'm excited to do so. This is my Dream Snap setup, which I didn't think I kept, but evidently I did. We're just going to get rid of it because we don't want to use this. Okay. So I asked the question upon entry, what do you struggle most with Dream Snaps? It looks like Villagers is an overwhelming vote getter so far, followed by lighting, close-up snaps, and then other. Okay, I did not see what the other was. So if you picked other, let me know. I probably just didn't see it. He likes to talk to the hanging plant. I mean, hi Xander, welcome in. Okay. So I think we're going to just talk in general. If there's something you want me to pause on or elaborate on, please pop it into chat, and I'd be happy to answer if I can. If you happen to know the answer in chat to something I do not, please go ahead and pop it in chat as well. And then I'm not sensitive to that kind of thing. I don't think you're stepping on my toes. I don't plan to ever say in any particular stream that I know everything. So please feel free to help one another. If I don't get to your question right away, or if you happen to know the answer, please feel free to do so. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about are what is most important in Dream Snaps. Honestly, what is absolutely most important in Dream Snaps is the theme and the Dream Snap itself. Okay? So when you're given the current challenge, whether that's an outfit challenge or a decor challenge, I want you to kind of always keep in mind that it is a picture challenge. So although the tags are what is important for the outfit or the decor, you should always be either using something or building something that completes a full picture. And that is, I think, one of the most important things you can tell each other. Oh, bye, Hot Cocoa. Thank you. Is that it's a picture challenge. When you're voting, it says vote for the best picture. Okay, it doesn't say vote for the best outfit or best decor. It always will say picture. And in general, that's what we do as humans. We look at a picture and say whether we like it or not. We're not necessarily, all of us, I know I don't at all times when I'm voting. I don't look at a ton of detail all the time, every time I'm voting. So you should be keeping in mind that it is a picture challenge. So when we look at the theme, look at the absolute words themselves. Grand Anniversary Gala. Okay, people are going to be building their snaps. So the people you are going against now. So this is a game. This is a competition. So now you got to think about your competition. What are most people going to be creating snaps like? And the word gala is a important feature. Okay, so we want to make sure that when you are building your snap, that you are building that based on that word as well. Okay, so you want to compete on an equal footing. Now, that doesn't mean it needs to be the same kinds of snaps over and over. You can still be unique, but make sure that you're still meeting the theme overall. So if we look at this theme, it says this week the Valley is hosting a gala to celebrate. So if you remember your Love you, Weasley. If you remember your English classes, we're gonna talk about keywords here in the sentence. So we're looking at the keywords of gala, celebrate, anniversary, and dream snaps, and party. So that should give you all of the keys that you need to build your picture. Okay. You're going to want to always do that. Always look at the key words and phrasing. So if we look at what happened with voting, roses and thorns, this week is about light and darkness, stand on the brink of unity. So this is why a split shot came to everybody's mind, because we see light and dark. Dress for this powerful reunion and choose elements inspired by both Aurora and Maleficent. Okay, well, it's telling you right there. They want you to build a snappa based on Aurora and Maleficent. You know the colors of both of those characters. They are showing them in the pictures above. So your key words here are light, dark, brink of unity, both elements. You're going to pick those keywords out. That's what's going to help you build your snap and compete against what everybody else will be doing the exact same thing. Because I guarantee you, if you look what's on the portal or you look what's in Discord on everybody's servers, you're going to see that although the snaps all look very similar, the theme is what's going to play over and over. And you're going to want to stay within that sphere of theme. Like I said, you can be unique, but stay on theme. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this one. So this one was much more of remember, it's a picture challenge, so I don't really like talking about whether it's, based on an outfit or decor, but this was a decor challenge. It says, in Neverland, surprises wait around every turn. If you're not careful, the pirates might catch you on your way, or might catch you out. Okay. Decorate a space inspired by the notorious Captain Hook. Elegant, dangerous, and nautical. Okay, so your keywords here are obviously Neverland, pirate, and Captain Hook. It didn't say Peter Pan. It didn't say Tinkerbell. It didn't say fairy magic. It said pirate, Neverland, and Captain Hook. So what we saw in the submissions here, so if we look at what the top submissions were, you can see right away that the ones that got the most votes are the ones that are going to be on that theme. Okay, so it's very much pirate, it's very much treasure, and they are very on theme and meeting those keywords. So always start there. Read very carefully what the snap is telling you it wants and pick elements out based on those keywords. Try not to get too bogged down in the fact that, well, their pictures show this, this, and that. I don't think the voting, from what I can see and from what I've seen from other streamers and whatnot who do a lot of voting, the voting is not necessarily going to be based around the pictures that Gameloft posts, okay? So whether it's an indoor, whether it's an outdoor, or anything like that, it's going to be based more about the wording of the snap itself. So for example, the week that we had the landscape snap, the word landscape was very important. And I can't tell you how many streams that I was in where people would say, wait a minute, is this an outfit or a decor challenge? They didn't know because they were only looking for a good landscape. So those keywords become very important. So that is absolutely number one. what you should think about and focus on first is make sure that you're reading the description properly, picking out those keywords, and then thinking about what you want to do based on those keywords. Okay. The next thing we want to talk about is matching your outfit to the decor itself. Ooh, they look like they are in cahoots. So if we're talking a gala celebration right now, it's me, your people. Exactly. Exactly. I saw, just today in Mr. Starr's stream, I was in there earlier. He was doing a little bit of voting, and he voted. He doesn't like to skip because he's such a nice person. He doesn't like using skips. He totally voted for a snap that he liked, that he felt met the theme of kind of a split shot. It really showed Maleficent and Aurora very, very well. And it did not show his character's outfit at all. It's an outfit challenge. And he didn't care. He said, I like this picture. It speaks to me. It speaks to the theme, and I can't see why I would want to skip such a good picture. And there are people out there that vote like that. I mean, Mr. Starr, who's followed by thousands and thousands of people, right? That's something he voted for today. So keep that in mind. Remember, it is a picture challenge. I am not in any way, shape, or form advocating for selfie shots or no outfit shots on outfit challenges. Let me just be clear about that. I'm not. You look for a cohesive shot and forget what the challenge was. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Okay. So we know that this week is gala celebration. We're going to just keep saying that gala celebration and anniversary party, right? If I were to wear this outfit, it does not make much sense for what I'm seeing here, where we have two beautiful princesses, this beautiful pink house that matches their outfits, and I'm here in overalls. That doesn't make any sense to me, right? If you were at, like, let's say you went to someone's wedding and you went in bib overalls and tennis shoes, people would look at you odd. So kind of do that same thing for your snaps. What would I wear personally to this? And then you want to go in and build your outfit, in my opinion. Now, outfit is obviously always going to be based around the tags. I always say build an outfit first and then tweak it down to be a better outfit that matches the challenge. So always start with the 4 tag items, which in this case is headgear. I don't know why, but there we are. So each particular hat will speak to a separate occasion. Okay, so we have this kind of, we have this frosty horn situation here, which you could do of more of like a dark party with Maleficent and maybe Hades if you wanted to go that route. We have the crown, which that says royalty party, right? We have the bowler hat. We have the top hat. This one here speaks to that more of like a Mardi Gras feel, or a party, maybe a costume party or something like that. This one is definitely time period based. Okay, you could maybe do something a little bit more on the historical side. Of course, it's going to rain. That's okay. We don't care anymore, right? So I would say you pick 4 tag items first. So when we're picking our items, like let's say we're going to be using this castle behind me. And I want to go much more of like maybe a mermaid route. I might want to pick something that falls within that category. So if I pick maybe this coral mermaid headband or the coral crown, that might fit better for a mermaid theme. And then I'm going to go to my next item, which is I can look at a full costume. Now, keep in mind when we're talking about tags, dresses and costumes do not allow for high tags. We're going to talk about tags more in just a minute. We're trying to right now match our outfit to what we see going on behind us, what I've built for my scene itself, and for what this party calls for in my mind, right? I've got two princesses with me, so we're gonna let's just look at building a princess outfit. I am literally just picking some things off the top of my head here. Okay. So now my outfit looks very nice for the theme that I'm choosing to portray here. I want Aurora, I want Elsa, and I want myself in front of this beautiful castle, and we're going to take a picture together. There we are. And this outfit makes much more sense than my bib overalls. So you want to make sure that your outfit matches your scene. Now, if you're building your outfit for the highest possible tags and what you've got up here and thought you were going to do doesn't make sense, change your scene then to fit the outfit. Just flip it. So if I'm having a wedding at Buckingham Palace, I'm not going to go in bib overalls and tennis shoes. Versus if I decide I'm having like a farm themed wedding, maybe I'm building a different scene for that, and I am using the bib overalls and the tennis shoes. So just match them both together. It doesn't matter if it's an outfit challenge or a decor challenge. Make sure your outfit matches your scene. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is tags, since we kind of touched on that. Tags are important. If you have watched other creators, I know probably Senpai has a big thing on this about how tags affect. So from what I'm gathering, we don't have a ton of data, honestly. I mean, we have quite a bit. I know Keto has done a lot of work on this too. So Keto, if you want to speak up about this as well. But 4 tag items are going to be what makes your snap. Basically, the more 4 tag items you have, the more your pick will get pushed out into the voting sphere. And the type of pictures that you're maybe up against, how your snap is viewed and how many times, etc. So you want to start at the 4 tag items first. So the 4 tag items will always be listed at the top. Doesn't matter if it's decor or if it's outfit. So if I'm just building based off 4 tag items, we're going to start with just the headpiece, right? And did you guys see that, by the way? Did you guys know that? I did not know that. I'm today years old. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is that okay? Never mind. I thought it was keeping both pieces on. I thought, how is that possible? Okay. Start with your 4 tag items, which in this case is the headpiece. Dresses are very limited. There are some newer dresses that are better. There's also a maximum tag bonus. So eventually the giant numbers don't help either. Yes. Yes. So you don't have to push your tags into the hundreds on decor challenges. I think it's like, I think anything over like, I think it's, is it over anything over like 35? I forget. I remember seeing it, but for some reason, it's not coming to my mind. Okay, so dresses are limited. Some dresses allow for necklaces, some don't. You want as many pieces as you can possibly wear for outfit challenges. So in this case, we want to have a bracelet, a necklace, a headpiece. If we can put pants on underneath something and wear two bottoms at the same time, like a skirt and a pair of pants, bonus. Back piece, shoes, socks, something on your face like glasses or a mask, etc. So you want to have as many pieces as possible. Sometimes even there are shirts that are in the tags, but you can't wear coats with it. Same with dresses. You can't wear a coat with a dress, unfortunately, because Game Loft don't like women. I don't know. It's weird because we all, as girls, we all know those dresses that we're like, I'm taking a shrug with me because I'm going to get cold. You've done the math and come up with the 20 combined mandatory and 20 combined bonus mandatory. Does have double weight in scoring. Okay. So if my tags are 9 and 9, I will have a little bit of a lower chance of somebody who has a combined mandatory tags of 10 and 10 for outfit challenges. So that's what that means. You want to try to get your tags of at least 10 and 10. So we want a combined 20 on the mandatory and a 20 on the combined bonus, which in a lot of ways is a little harder to do in challenges like this one. One of the combined tags, or one of the bottom tags is a hat. You can only wear one. So that means your other section of that bottom bonus section would have to be at, a higher section. Okay. So dresses, at your own risk, try to use maybe a dress like this dress in particular. You can see here, I cannot wear a necklace, nor can I wear a bracelet, versus maybe this dress where I can wear a necklace. So right away, this dress is going to be preferable to me over this dress. So right away, I'm going to eliminate that in my mind. Now, you can see that there's a little bit of a theme going on here already, right here at the top of the screen. I have kind of some things that are already in a matching situation. So maybe I start looking for items that match that. And then you go from there. Okay, so maybe I am a Frost Fairy princess for the summer. I don't have to necessarily go winter. I don't have to build a winter scene, but maybe she just really likes the color blue. Okay, and now I have a dress on that I can wear a bracelet, rings, a necklace, a back piece, any shoe that has the highest tag, because it's not going to show, right? And then I can put whatever I want on my face. So if I did something like this, at this point, I might want to change my background to maybe like the Cinderella kind of castle instead of the pink one. Ooh, Elsa's not happy with whatever Aurora just told her. Gossip, I see you. So yeah, just make sure that you are kind of working your way through your tags in a smart fashion. Take your time with it. Don't try to rush it. And like I said, if you end up coming up with a different outfit that maybe has really high tags versus what you originally thought you were going to do based on like this pink castle behind, change your scene. So I would say build your tagged items first and then build the opposite second and then switch on and off if you have to, if that makes any sense. So this is an outfit challenge, but I'm building a whole picture. Still going to say that. Build your outfit first and then decide what your scene's going to be based on the tagged items you've chosen. Same with decor challenges. If you're building if pirate, hook, all of that is first, you're going to want to build that scene first, this big giant pirate build, and then you're going to want to build your outfit based on that. So flip and flop it back and forth depending on what the challenge calls for. Any questions on tags? Oh, thank you, Christian, for the like, love. I appreciate that. And thank you so much, Keto, for talking about tags in chat because I know you did a bunch of research on it. I know I watched your video like 3 times. Okay. If you do have any more questions about tags, just shout it out in chat. Okay. Let's talk about poses and facial expressions. Okay, so again, we're doing a celebration. We're doing a party, right? Gala, celebration, anniversary. Pick a pose that makes sense. This pose, not so much. This pose does not necessarily make sense. I know a lot of people love this pose. I do too, but it needs to be used appropriately, and this is not that. Gala pose. Okay, so this is like that kind of a fashion model who needs to eat a hot dog look. This pose is good. This is a cute pose. It really is a flattering pose. This is how you see a lot of celebrities actually pose on a red carpet. However, your dream snap needs to be appealing. And generally speaking, unless it's literally like Daisy's fashion show challenge, we are not going to have a fashion model face. It is going to be something like a party or a park or an event or a picnic or a camping trip or whatever it is. We're not going to get a lot of snaps where we need to have this kind of dismissive, is what I think of, look on your face. You can use this pose, but do yourself a favor and tab your, so you can see at the top of my menu board for Dreamsnaps, I hit L1 and it takes me over to the faces. Just change your face. You can use this pose, but make sure that you're adjusting your face to then, now see, she has a pretty smile on her face and she doesn't look so severe and kind of like she could care less about what she's doing. So make sure that you're choosing the right pose and the right face in conjunction with one another for the snap that you're trying to take. Okay, I'm just going to change this back to sunny while we're playing around in this. Okay. Now, I want to go back to this pose. You can change your face for this pose too. This goes for any of the poses. I don't have to have this look on my face. I could have this joking kind of look on my face, like surprise. So it would, you know, if you're at a birthday party or if you're doing a snap where it's a prank challenge, like I've seen people during the Donald prank where we all use Donald and Stitch, and it was that prank based kind of challenge. This was a good pose to use that week, but you had to change your face to match. Being mad about a prank, it only worked if you were setting up your snap to be the receiving end of it. If you're the person who's pranking, you needed to change your face. So be careful about choosing your pose and the facial expressions to match what you're doing. Now, for those of you, and I know our community is so diverse, I want to address people who may be on the spectrum or neurodivergent in any way. I understand that choosing the right facial expression might be difficult for you. You need to choose a content creator that you are very comfortable with and have some sort of trust in, and ask them, be honest and say, I'm having trouble knowing if this is the appropriate facial expression. What would you suggest? I know, Keto, Hot Cocoa, we would all love to answer that question for you. So don't hesitate to ask Cress, Scarlett, contact any of us and say, I am neurodivergent, or I am on the autism spectrum. I'm having really hard time knowing if this is the right facial expression for a party. Can you answer that for me? We'd love to help you. So I just wanted to, absolutely, keto is always helpful. I think most creators are. So definitely don't hesitate to ask. But I did want to address that because I know that there are people who struggle sometimes with that because they struggle in their own lives with that. And so that's totally fine. I understand. Okay, so back to the poses. This one obviously immediately changes your facial expression. Make sure that you adjust that. Same with this one. This looks very hesitant, and it gives you kind of a shy look. Just change again, just smile, or, this one you can look very like, are you kidding me? I call it the sarcastic look. That's so nice of you, Keto. Thank you for sharing. But now, see, I've added the soft smile there. That's always a good one to use if you question yourself. This one all the way at the top, all the way to the right, is always a good one to choose. It just kind of gives you a gentle kind of smile. Okay, we already talked about this pose. This is the same kind of issue. Your character will automatically look up and then down. So you can see there are a couple poses with this. So the up look, she's not going to look at the camera and look a little bit more severe, but then she relaxes and it's a smile. So you can capture the right pose here. I just suggest using your pause button at this point. If you don't know how to do that, you're going to want to remain on this pose screen. And then all the way to the left, you can see for me, my pause button, it says R2 is pause animation. So you can see that on the left menu. See where it says R2 pause animation. So I can choose which of the poses in this mode that I want to use. So if I wanted this one, I pause it there, and then she remains locked there, as does my critter, until I unpause. Okay, if I wanted the pretty smile there, I could pause at this junction here, and then I can do this smile. So there are poses like this that do a couple different poses. So even though it's only one pose within the menu, you can actually get 3 or 4 out of it. Same with this one. This one has a jumping animation and an eyes closed moment of excitement. And then she looks off to the sides. So you can have her maybe looking off screen. So again, you're going to want to choose your moment to pause at now. And then you can choose which facial expression or which pose you want to use. Okay, so even though we are, oh, hi, Mr. Stars family. Welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. How are you? Welcome to our Dreamsnap Decor Camp. We're talking about utilizing poses and facial expressions in the proper manner for the snap of that particular week. So we are, yes, hi everybody. Hi Amy. Hi Chrome. Lovely to see you all. Love to see this. Thank you for popping in. Hi, Shelly. Welcome in. Ella. Perfect Angel. I love your name, by the way. That was me when I was little. Perfect Angel. Now I'm just Mary Poppins. Practically perfect. Hi, Sarah. How's it going? So it's going pretty well. We already talked about matching your outfit and scene. Doesn't matter whether it's a outfit challenge or decor challenge. You want to make sure it's a picture challenge at all times and make sure that they complement one another. We talked about tags, and Keto helped kind of fill in some things about the research that she's done with tags. And now we're talking about picking the appropriate pose and the facial expression and what all these different poses can do for you and how many poses that we actually have versus just the 7 that are listed. There's actually like 3 or 4 within each pose. So using that new pause function to get a good pose. Okay. So, yes.
So
Hi, Sharon.
So do you want to tell Mr. Star about the Eric
Oh, yes.
stuff?
Okay, Mr. Star, while I've got you.
Figured I'd tell you in person because you never notice my texts.
So, Mr. Star, I'm devastated. Tomorrow, I'm holding a special live stream at 4 p.m. where I have to hang with Eric and use Eric the entire live stream because I lost a like bet with Hot Cocoa. I'm not happy, and I have to be nice to him. I have to be nice. I have to use him the entire live stream, and I'm not happy about it. But if I meet a certain like goal, Hot Cocoa has to hang out with the tattooed lover of Maui for her next stream. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Sort of. I'm not looking forward to it. You'll set my 4 p.m. tomorrow. It's going to be all the Eric flirty love. Yes, it's, oh dear God. I can't. It's going to be something. I don't even know. We're going to have fun Eric commands in stream. So yeah, oh God. Prince Adam's greater than Eric. All the princes are greater than Eric, frankly. Except maybe Charming. He's a bit of a bore.
Which Charming?
He's kind of a nothing burger.
Which Charming?
The only Charming.
Well, Cinderella's charming or Snow White's charming?
Oh, they're both boring. I don't think it matters at that point.
Because Snow White's is a predator.
But Prince Philip, so much better than Eric. I mean, Prince Adam, so much better. Am I going to Crucio Eric? I don't think they'll let me use Hogwarts Legacy spells in DDV. I've tried to boot Remy out of my way with a wand, and it just doesn't work. Only Bubbles. Has Hot Cocoa got a YouTube channel? She does, actually. I will, Weasley, if you want to share that in chat, I think it's just Hot Cocoa. Han Solo's your favorite Disney prince? I mean, technically, that is true. Well, he's not royalty, is he? But
he married Leia. He is.
oh, that's right. He did marry Princess Leia. True. Okay. Okay. Back to poses. Okay. So choosing your pose is really, really... No, it'll be my stream. So it's going to be through my channel here. Thank you for asking that, Sarah. No, it'll be here. So choosing the right pose is going to be important. So again, we talked about the importance of reading the description of the challenge itself. So this week challenge is we have gala, celebration, anniversary, and party. Those are our key words in the description. So we want to make sure that our facial expressions match that. Again, this pose does not match party, gala, celebration unless you're building an elaborate snap of you crashing that party. That could work in that respect, but you want to make sure that you're choosing it properly. And Mr. Star's crew that just came in, we were saying, you know, like this particular pose can work. For example, a lot of people used this pose in the prank snap that we had recently. However, the key to making this pose work for that particular snap was picking the right facial expression. So I can use this pose, but maybe I want to change my facial expression to like the gotcha face. Okay. So I can use this pose, but I'm going to change my face to match it. So it's very important how you're utilizing poses and facial expressions. This is very cute as well. Again, she does move within this pose to get you a couple different poses. And now with the pausing feature, again, it's going to be, you're going to figure out how to use the pause based on this first tab of your right hand menu board. On the left hand side, you can see my controller says push R2 for pause animation. And I can now choose between a couple different transitions within this pose itself. Okay, so if I want it looking up to the right or the left, depending on how I want her positioned, I can now do that by using this pause function. So each particular pose, again, has its own motion. So you can see she kind of changes her face. She looks down, and then she goes back up to wave. So you're going to want to choose your moment there. Again, if you choose the moment that's her looking down, this maybe not, if you snap right here, does it meet gala, celebration, anniversary, or party? Probably not. To me, it looks like she's saying, husband, could we get out of here, please? This party is a nightmare. So again, make sure before you take your final snap that you're choosing the right facial expression and pose. Okay. Always important. When you look across voting, when you're doing your voting itself, you're going to notice these things now. You're going to see it in your own voting. You're going to notice oh, it's Easter time, and you see a person standing there like this. And the other snap is a person waving with a big smile. Which is going to fill you with Easter bunny chocolatey goodness? It's going to be the big smile. It's not going to be the person standing there looking like they're shy and want to hide in the bushes. So, yeah, that's, I think, one of the biggest things you can do for yourself is make sure that you have the right face. Okay, let's talk about some new camera functions. Your new camera functions are going to fill in some of the blanks for you. Lighting used to be a big problem for a lot of people, and we had to play around with lighting trickery. And lighting trickery still helps, it still works, and it still can make your shot look amazing. But if you are hesitant on not how, or you can't get it to work for you, there are camera functions that can do it for you. Hi, Christina. You did away with the big pile, but you look shy and angry in real life. I mean, that's how I walk through malls now. I walk around with the resting bitch face, so no one talks to me and tries to sell me stuff as I walk through. They just know, don't approach her. Oh, goodness. Dreamsnap face is different. Okay. So if you don't love dealing with lighting tricks, you don't have time. I mean, Mr. Star has time, 3 hours to spend on a snap, making it perfect because it's his job, right? I mean, he is a streamer. He is a full-time streamer. And I have that much time. I am not a full-time streamer yet, but I work from home. And I have no life. So I do have time. But not everybody does. A lot of you have young children, or you have bigger families, or I know there is somebody in chat who has a full farm to run. So it's not always possible to play around with a ton of lighting. So let's talk about the new camera functions that have made Dreamsnaps incredible and more competitive than ever. And yeah, so let's talk about that. Time of day, obviously, is the biggest change. Time of day allows you to move this toggle switch. So we're talking about the third tab on our right-hand menu here. So we've got poses, faces, and we've got this slider section here. So it's the middle tab of your right-hand menu. Time of day is going to be the first thing you're going to want to play with before you take your snap. This will help you orient your build, your picture build, in the right direction. And all things being equal, you can't build wherever you want and think you're going to get perfect lighting. You still have to face the right direction. So if I'm playing with my lighting, this particular lighting is what we call like a twilight lighting, or this yellow glow lighting. I've heard it called all kinds of things, but it's like that sunset right before it gets dark lighting, where the lights are on behind me. So my house lights have come on, but the sun is still directly in front of me, and it causes this kind of really pretty glow on your character. Okay, so what else this does is it kind of gives your character an instant tan, basically, or an instant glow. I'm going to toggle back just an hour, and I want you to watch my character's arms and face. Okay, you can see how the skin will change and glow to almost this peachy pink color by the time we get down to sunset. And my hair now pops differently. Here we can see my hair and horns and face are all kind of blending into, I'm a blonde, so I feel this in my soul. The blondes in my hair, the color of my skin, and the whites and blues that I'm using in the outfit are all kind of a little bit of a blend. But if I change this time of day just a little bit to get this glow, my hair now looks brighter. My skin tone has like this peachy pink glow, and I now have definition in my entire face, and you now can see my lips brighter, etc. So you can see that time of day affects not just the lights around you, but it does affect all your character and how your character receives that light. Now, if I'm using a different house skin, and let's say I want to use this balcony section, and I'm taking the same picture, I'm going to go to the exact same lighting. You can see I have built this build in the wrong place. I'm not getting that same glow. It's very dark. So now it has become, instead of sunset, it has become nighttime. My character looks like she's in the nighttime, or in, right after, the sun has set completely and I'm not at sunset, if that makes sense to you. Think of sunset as your array of color versus darkness. We call it yassifying. Yes, we do. Oh, no problem, Victoria. I'm really glad you stopped by. Thank you so, so much. Just imagine if the camera becomes like Infinity Nikki. I don't play Infinity Nikki, but I have heard that the camera functions are pretty in depth. Did everyone do day, sunset, or nighttime galas? I did sunset with tweakage, which we will talk about soon too. Okay, so my suggestion to you is I want you to go where you're going to build your dream snap. So if you're building here, this is my meadow island. I want to build on my meadow island because this is what I keep for dream snaps. If you're in the lagoon, do the exact same thing. If you're in the Forgotten Lands, I want you to do this exact same thing. Before you put down a single item, I want you to go into camera mode. I want you to pick the best lighting that you want to use. Okay, so I like sunset for my blonde character. It just looks better for me. It makes my hair pop, it makes my eyes glow, all the things, right? We're going to do all the things. All I'm going to do is I'm going to swing my camera around, and I'm going to wait until I can see the best lighting on my character. And you will be able to see where you need to place your build. That's all you have to do is go to where you're going to build and go into camera mode and just rotate your camera around. You don't have to rotate your character. She doesn't have to be in place. We're just looking at light. And I can see right away that the light in front of me here is going to be my best bet. Even if I went down a notch, that light is still going to be, that's what I want right there, is that pretty glow. Okay, so that's the first thing you should do when trying to pick where you're going to build Snap for lighting purposes is go to wherever that is, just spin the camera around and figure out where you need to face. Okay, so that is time of day. Super important. We're going to go and we're going to go ahead and pick our perfect time of day for our character here. We're facing the right direction. We've got that. And now, obviously, the biggest part here and the problem we have is it's raining. Rain automatically dulls color in DDV. Okay? The rain option should only really be used if it meets the challenge. So if I'm doing a snap maybe about farming, or I'm doing a snap maybe about April showers bring May flowers or something, I'm just making something up, but you want to make sure that you're only using rain in very limited situations. Because like I said, it's not that it just shows rain. Like if I take this picture, you can see the rain streaks in this picture, right? You can see these rain streaks, which is an obvious issue, but it also is dulling the color. So just go to your next tab over. You can see the little sun frame, okay? Just choose sun. It's not going to change your time of day. Your time of day will remain where you have it. The other thing about choosing this time of day, so we're going to go back to none. And the other thing what this will do is it's going to shrink all the clouds. So you can see all these dark, big clouds, okay? As soon as I choose daytime and that lighting, you're going to see all those clouds shrink, and that includes Mickey clouds. The Mickey clouds can get really big and dark, but as soon as you choose, and it doesn't matter actually with this one, if it's raining or not, if you just go to this sunny option, it's like the difference of being partly cloudy and partly and sunny. You can see the clouds actually just grew there, okay? It's because we just switched time. But what you're going to want to do is if you just go to this sun option, it will still shrink those clouds down for you, okay? So I always suggest if you want a nice blue sky, say that 10 times fast, and you want maybe a smaller Mickey cloud or anything like that, you're going to want to go to this sunshine option. Okay, so that's the two lighting, the biggest things you can do for yourself for lighting is time of day, face the right direction, and, well, okay, 3, and choose the sunshine option. Okay, so those 3 things, that's going to give you beautiful lighting every time. So there's no lighting tricks. I haven't placed a single lamp. I haven't done anything except those 3 things. I am facing the right way. I am choosing sunshine, even though it's not a sunshine day, right? It's sunset. And I've moved my time of day to the sunset option. Now, you can do, there are other times of day that are just as beautiful. I mean, obviously, you know, this time of day is really nice. This is kind of like that noon option. What this time of day does that's really nice with your lighting is it eliminates your shadows. I want you to watch the shadow behind my character. So the shadows move with the time of day, just like it would in real life. Okay, so there's no shadows at nighttime, obviously. There's no sun. Sunset, the shadows will be long, you know, Your shadows get longer in the evening, etc. It used to be a thing where farmers would say if the shadows are too long, or they would tell their children, if you can see your shadow is long behind you, you've been out too long. But the nice thing, if you don't like those shadows, or you have an elaborate build and those shadows are causing you issues, you can do a daytime shot, and then those shadows you can see right here. There is no shadow. It's directly behind me. The sun is 100% in front of me, so there's no shadow to kind of affect my scene. Okay. So just keep all those things in mind when you are building your snap. They will help you build a better snap. Because lighting, I think, is what captures your attention as a voter first. Again, this is a competition, and that's what you're trying to do here. You are not trying to influence Gameloft here. You're not trying to get a new villager to like your picture. It's about votes, and it's about Moonstone. So these are things that will help that. It will help get attention from your voters. Okay, so time of day, we've covered that. Play around with it. Get the best time of day. Saturation also can help with your lighting. We have several things that will affect your lighting in positive and negative ways, depending on how you're using them. Contrast, saturation, brightness, vignette, highlights, shadows, and character and light. So these are all dealing with light. Again, I haven't placed a single lamp on the ground. This is literally just me, the sun, the moon, and the building behind me. So we're going to play around with these a little bit. So if I'm snapping at middle of I don't want any shadows. We're just going to do full sunshine. I want to make my picture as rich and as attention grabbing as I possibly can. Aperture. What aperture is going to do for you is you are going, oh, that's so nice. I think all of us can say that Mr. Star has helped our Dreamsnaps in some way. I know I can. I know I can. That's lovely to see though, Chrome. I'm really glad. Make sure your snap is brighter. Exactly. 100%. If you're flipping through a magazine and you see a black and white shot and then right next to it is a shot that is like full color in your face, your brain naturally goes to it's literally not a voter thing. Most people, in the way they think, your brain actually does focus on the colored shot first. It's not that the black and white one might be bad. It's the fact that that's just what we just naturally do. So, for what it's worth. Okay, so aperture. Hi, Tialda. Aperture, all this does is think of aperture as, I want you to picture an old style camera. And what aperture does on the old style camera is it widens. You see that like frame motion on a camera, okay? That's what aperture does. Aperture is how much light is it allowing in, okay? Or how much is it diffusing? And so by moving the aperture around, you can see that my background will become clearer or it will become blurrier. And that's all the aperture is doing. So look at the castle behind me, and we're going to move aperture just a little bit, and you're going to see it pop into focus. I moved my aperture up 2%, and now this castle is in full detail and no longer blurry. You do not have to use the filter any longer to get your background clear. All you have to do, and if you go up higher than that, it'll start getting blurry again. So you just have to pop it up just a little bit, depending on your lighting, just to get it to focus. And it's kind of a misnomer because the one right below here says focus, but it's a different focus, okay? Focus, I want you to again picture that old time camera. Focus is the lens moving forward and getting bigger and shorter. Okay? Focus is helping the camera, like glasses, it's helping the camera see closer or farther. So if I'm right now, my character is pretty clear, but if I start doing focus, you can see the details will pop up even sharper. That's all that's doing, is it's bringing my character into focus. Okay? But it's going to focus on the closest object. Does that make sense to everybody? I know that the difference between aperture and focus is really confusing, and it's literally just like how you would use in a camera. But think of aperture as farsighted and focus is nearsighted. Okay? Sometimes that's kind of the easiest way to think about it. But you can make your picture super crisp by just going up very small increments with aperture and focus, and it just makes all the little details pop. Well, hello, Suro. Welcome in. Nice to see you. How are you? Welcome to Decor Camp. Are you here to learn about Dreamsnaps? We're talking about camera function and lighting for people who don't want to mess with maybe tricks, but they can just use the camera functions we already have. So that's what we're talking about. But how are you? Welcome in. Okay, so that's aperture and focus. Again, we're talking the difference between farsighted and nearsighted. That's all that means. How is it working with the camera itself? Okay, contrast. You just joined and you've learned so much already? Well, absolutely. Thank you. He is brilliant at Dreamsnaps. And you know what the thing is do you know why Suro and Mr. Star are really good at Dreamsnaps? It's because they've been playing this game for 3 years. Dreamsnaps are only 2 years old. I realize that. I said that, but 2 years. But they've been doing it since the first day, right? And they've learned over time what works, what doesn't work. I've seen them both score very high and very low, and it's a learning situation. And that's what makes them so good now, is learning over time, adjusting what they've done, figuring out how voting works, talking to people about voting. But that's the beauty, again, of playing for a long period of time and dedicating so much time to Dreamsnaps. So you are not bad at Dreamsnaps. You're just in a different place in your learning journey. So keep that in mind at all times. Don't be down on yourself that you're just bad at Dreamsnaps. No, you're just at a different place. It's trial and error. Exactly. 100%. So yes, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Just keep trying. Just keep adjusting. And that's what Decor Camp's all about, right? I mean, here's the thing, guys. I'm not teaching you how to manage your paychecks here. It's a video game. We're here to have fun. It's a cozy game. I'm glad you're here learning, and I'm glad I could help you. I like bringing streamers together too, and we can all chit chat together. But, you know, I hope you learn something from this, even if it's one thing. So that's fantastic. But don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. You realize how important tags are, the main reasons your snaps are so high. Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about that earlier. You probably missed that very beginning part of tags, but yes, make sure that you are paying attention to your tags. You love how sharing the creators with all their secrets. You've learned so much. Oh, that's so nice. You've been playing for day one and you think you've made 4K like 10 times in all those years. But that's okay, Ella. That's okay. Here's the thing. I was in school from K to 12. And my best friend Jacob was in school K to 12. We were in the same classrooms a lot of times. And here's the thing. He was better at math than me. Did that mean I was horrible at math? No, it didn't. It just meant he was maybe more creative or better at viewing it. Doesn't mean you're bad. Doesn't mean you're bad. It's just a different learning curve. Just keep pushing yourself. Use other people's snaps to push yourself forward. I do. It's what I use the portal for that. I use Discord for that. I look at everybody's snaps and think, how can I be better? How can I maybe utilize that kind of thing, etc. I just say, use your friends in the community. You're here in stream, so obviously you like the community at large, and use your community to push yourselves better and better. Okay, that's my little pep talk for you all. You didn't know you were coming for DDV therapy, but I will post my PayPal account at the end, and you can all be charged about 20 minutes. Okay, back to the camera functions. We were talking about contrast. We've already sharpened up by using focus, nearsightedness. We've already focused our background, our farsightedness by aperture functions. Okay, so then contrast. It's just what it sounds like. You're contrasting your light and dark hues. So if we want to look at the light and dark hues as I play with all of this function here, you're going to see all of the whites pop when I do contrast. Basically, that's all it is. It's contrasting all of the light colors on the spectrum with the dark colors on the spectrum. So you're going to see all of the brightness that is inside all of the colors. So although the whites will get really white, you're going to see all the other colors start to kind of brighten up as well, because it is brightening the light hue in that particular color. Okay, so when I crank up my contrast, you're going to see the pinks get blindingly pink. The blues are going to look like the surface of Elsa's face. I don't know what else to say about that. I don't know where I was going with that one. But you're going to see all of the brights get brighter, basically. It's all that is. So be careful. Oops, I didn't mean to touch time of day there. So contrast. Be careful with your contrast, because it will mess up your picture very quickly and make your picture hard to look at. You want to keep your picture looking just bright, welcoming, and sharp. It doesn't look right. Exactly. Exactly. Okay. When you do contrasting, it depends on your time of day. So back to that time of day function. If I am if I'm doing a sunset shot, right away you're seeing glowy tones. If I start cranking on contrast in this particular setting of time of day, you're going to see it act a little bit differently, because it is not only picking the colors now of the dress and of the sky, but it's changing the color of the light that's on me. Okay? So just be super careful. I say make sure that you're picking your contrast and your time of day in conjunction with one another. And that kind of goes for all of these functions. If you adjust one, maybe take a second look at some of the others too, because it might not be the contrast that's causing your picture to not look right. It might be the time of day. So maybe your contrast looks nice, but you need to maybe adjust the focus or your saturation, etc. So unfortunately, it is a thing that you're going to need to sit with and play. You're going to need to just kind of crank on all of them back and forth and kind of see what works. Okay, so contrast, I usually pop it up a little bit. I don't pop it up too much because I play on a PlayStation 5. My graphics settings are already high. If you are on your PC and have your graphic settings at a higher rate, you also don't want to necessarily crank on the contrast. If you're on the Switch or maybe the PS4 and your graphic settings are on the lower side, contrast might work in your favor to maybe hype up that color just a little bit. So again, it depends on what you play on, time of day, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So moving on from contrast, saturation, it's just what it sounds like. Okay. I'm trying to think of what I could say here. I want you to think about we've all done this, right? As kids or as adults bored in a meeting. I'm looking at me. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. Have you ever taken like a marker or a highlighter and just like held it on a piece of paper and watched it bloom? Okay. I'm sure we've all done that at some point. That's kind of what saturation does. Okay. You are literally taking one color and saturating it into the picture itself. Okay. So right now the saturation is set at 0. I can take my saturation down or up. The first hit of the saturation, and this goes for brightness and highlights, is basically going to do like I always think of it as like okay, are you ready? Okay. So up 1% is the are you ready? It's actually not going to bump it up yet. It's just you're going to see it actually go down. Okay. So I'm going to hit saturation up 1% and you're going to see the saturation go down. Ready? Did you see it? It bounces down. It's easier to see on some of the other levels, but it's the are you ready section. So when you get to the saturation, brightness and highlights and all of that, the first one will normally bump everything down a notch. So don't be concerned that it's broken for your picture. That's totally normal. Sometimes it even works in your favor. So we're going to just bump this up just a teeny bit. And you're going to see Aurora's, I want you to look at Aurora's dress. I think that's the best place to see this on is I want you to look at Aurora's dress. I'm going to freeze my character out of the way here. Oh, thank you so much, Cyril. That was so kind of you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for taking the time to teach everyone. I enjoy it. I'm not a teacher in real life, but I find that I am enjoying these decor camps. But thank you so much, friend. That was very nice. I appreciate that. You may or may not do that with markers at work. I can see that in you, Bug. It's so weird when you bring the focus down, it focuses in your character and it feels like it should be the opposite. Yes. Yes, your sliders are not broken. I call that the are you sure phase. Okay, I'm going to pause my character kind of out of the way here of Aurora. And then I'm going to take away the rain because I don't want to see it. And we're going to take away the shadow. Okay. We're going to go back here to saturation. And I want you to watch Aurora's dress. And you're going to see her dress change with saturation. And this will show you what I mean. Okay. You can see her dress getting more and more on the neon side of life. Same with the pink castle. The whites are not super changing. It's really just kind of the pink and greens and the blues a little bit. The other ones are going to change with your contrast, right? We already talked about that. We talked about the contrast bringing out the whites and the lightness of colors versus saturation, which is going to saturate the actual marker colors. Okay, that's why I use that analogy of markers and highlighters. Saturation is going to bump up your markers. So if we look at Aurora's dress again, you can see that color getting more and more on the neon side of life. Just a little tip for you. Let's say I bump up my saturation 2%. Okay, so now I've bumped up my saturation. if you go to brightness and you kind of match your brightness to saturation levels, you're going to see that the neon part kind of tones itself down, but the color is still very, very vivid. So that's my little tip from me to you, is kind of match your saturation and brightness levels. Not necessarily the percentage numbers, but like where on, I need to move myself. I just realized I'm way in the way here. So you can see if I match the slider, my brightness level is going to say 59% and my saturation is saying 2%. But they're about in the same position. If you do that, it allows your colors to remain super vivid, but it takes away kind of that eye-searing neon kind of quality to the colors themselves. So that's just my tip, is try to match your saturation and brightness sliders, positions. Okay. Vignette. A vignette is, think of those old-timey pictures that have the sides of the pictures are just kind of on the darker side. That's all this is doing. When you first start with vignette, you can see the color pop up right away. And then what we'll do is it will start to narrow in the corners first and then move inwards towards the picture. So what it does is it creates like a halo effect into the center of the picture itself, which is kind of nice, I think. So you can see here, you can see now my corners getting darker and darker, and it's just focusing the camera right in the center. My colors and everything remain the same in the center, and then it just kind of fades out those corner pieces. So you've been saying that way wrong. You know, there's really no wrong way to say it's vignette, vignette. It depends on what language you're speaking. Vignette, I've heard them all. There's no wrong way to say it. I think in English, the translate, like if you were to say it in the French way, I think it's vignette versus vignette. We pronounce that T in English. But yeah, my little French and English lesson for you. But yeah, you can see this is an outfit challenge, right? And if I were to submit this picture, a voter would definitely, their eye would go right to my character. So I think the vignette section can definitely be used to your advantage based on the challenge, based on what kind of photo you're taking. This worked really well, like for example, in pirate builds, because pirates are kind of an old-timey situation. So sometimes when you use this particular filter or slider, I shouldn't say filter, when you use this slider for, like, let's say the pirate stuff, it worked really well because it made the picture look a little older. So I think just use this carefully, wisely. Think about what you want your picture to say to a voter. Okay, highlights. It's just what it sounds like. It's highlighting the tops of things. Okay, and in the front, it's literally just popping highlights onto everything. You can see that, you can see that really evidently in the trees in the background by the castle. You can see those trees, the front of them getting like basically light spewed on the front of them. Again, I haven't placed a single lamp. We are literally just playing with camera. Remember, it's dark and raining in my valley right now, but we are using our camera functions to our advantage here. Shadow. Shadow can be actually really helpful in the opposite direction, I find, more than adding shadow, but taking shadow away. But we're going to show both here. We're just going to leave highlights at 0, but we're going to pop shadows up. Up means it's shadows are opposite. Okay, so if I'm popping shadows up, it means the opposite of the other way, if that makes sense. I'm trying to describe it. It's hard for me to find the words on how to do that, but you can see it in the slider function here. So you can, if I go up, my shadows are disappearing, versus let's just go down one notch and see what happens. I find the shadow function very, very helpful. I know a lot of people avoid it because it can really darken your shot, or it can do just what you saw. It blasts it out, right? It adds this white glow that we do not want because it takes away our color. But if you pop it down just one notch, the colors actually get really, really pretty. And I find that the things like blues, purples, reds, I find that those colors become even better. So we can see that evident in the sky. Let's look at the sky. Blues and purples are shadowy kind of colors. Think of it, I guess, in that way. So if I'm going up, my blues and purples are getting washed out. But if I pop it down a notch, you're going to see my blues and purples get just really, really rich. Okay, so my highlights again are at 0. I've taken my shadow slider actually down. We've added a little bit of a vignette. We've added some brightness, a little bit of saturation. We've matched those. But look at the colors and the vividness that's coming across on the screen now of this picture. And again, not a single light. It's just time of day, just focus, just saturation, highlights, etc. Play, 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 play with your camera functions. Character lighting, it's just what it sounds like. It's like placing light directly. You're going to see it again. You probably saw it. It darkens the first one down. It's the, are you ready? Ready? Are you ready? And then now let's place the character lighting. It's so bizarre. Okay, so are you ready? And now let's place some light. So as I keep going up, my character is literally just going to get brighter and brighter. It's not going to give me a glow behind me. So I know a lot of people have said, like, how do you get that glow behind your character? That's a lighting trick. That's not necessarily lighting in the camera functions. It's literally just coating on the character that is making the character brighter than the scene that you've built behind it. That's it. So it's not going to add that pretty halo of color behind your character. It's literally just going to be the graphics of the character herself. Now, again, on an outfit challenge, that could make your character really, really pretty. I think she looks gorgeous. Now that I've added a lot of this character lighting here, we're up to like, what, 33%? And she's looking really, really pretty. Weasley, you really got to crank on the character lighting to get a big effect. I'm up to 30 some percent. Remember, the character lighting starts at 0. It's all the way down here. And if look at, it doesn't look like it's doing anything until I hit like maybe 20. And now I'm starting to see the effect of it. So you really got to crank on the character lighting to get it to be effective. Well, hello, Tanny. How are you, sweetheart? Oh, it's so nice of you to pop in. I'm so happy to see you. How are you? 100% doesn't change anything. Oh no, I am so sorry. It doesn't work for you in the floating islands. Oh, I wonder if that's like you guys are on, oh, wait, Weasley, you're on a PlayStation, aren't you? Now I can't remember. I wonder if it's specific, because I'm on a floating island and mine works just fine. So I'm not sure why. I don't know. There might be a bug that somebody knows that I don't. Okay. Hi, Amanda. So anyway, character lighting, it's just the graphics of the character itself. It's not going to give you that pretty halo. PC. Okay, so it might be a PC issue then. Okay, and light bloom. Have you ever lightly blown on a candle flame or a match? That's basically what light bloom is. So if you've ever lightly blown on a flame, it gets brighter before you blow it out. Okay, so that's basically all light bloom is your anything that is a light source in your picture you're slowly blowing on it to make it bloom out. Okay. I don't, so you can see the wings and everything are now, she's now becoming angelic and going to rise into the sky any moment. My whites and things and all of that, anything that's causing a glow and a light is going to get a extra glow. I guess it's not becoming brighter and whiter like our highlights do. It's gonna get a glow. We reached our light goal. Woohoo, woohoo. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, so long, that was very long-winded in the camera functions, but I did want to really kind of go over this because I have to say, I think when I look at pictures of people who don't feel confident in their snaps, I can tell that they have not played around with these camera functions. Is this a DLC exclusive? You haven't seen a few of these on your Switch. Of the camera functions, you have to scroll down. So if you keep going down, they'll pop up for you. So when you're just going through your tabs, it only goes to vignette. But if you go down the list, there is more on the list. How do I know that? Because I didn't realize it the first couple times either. Okay, so I want you to look at this picture. We've built literally just using time of day and camera functions in the camera. Our camera functions in the camera. You know what I mean. The lighting functions in the camera. It's okay, Ari. That's what we're here to help you with as much as I can. If you start playing with all of these sliders, I guarantee you will see an immediate change in your snaps just from using better lighting functions, time of day, etc. in your Dreamsnaps. But I mean, look at this picture we've just created. I mean, I don't have any effects going on. There's no balloons, there's no confetti, there's no fireworks, there's no nothing. If I were to take this picture just as it is, and this was my dream snap, my tags are 7, 7, 6, and 1. They're a little on the low side, maybe. But we talked about that too. I didn't put any socks on. There's no, I can't wear a shirt. I can't wear a jacket. I can't wear pants underneath of a dress. We've talked about that. That's the first thing we talked about. But I could submit this picture and be very, very confident that it would do pretty well. I don't think this would get anything less than probably 1,500 because it's very eye-catching. It's very voter friendly. And again, Dreamsnaps are a competition. It's a picture challenge. It is a picture challenge. So did that help going over all that lighting and camera function? I know that took a really long time to just talk about lighting. But I definitely think this is what my valley actually looks like, but that picture we just had, I mean, look at the difference in color. It looks like it's foggy in my game, but it's totally not. Oh, good night, Chrome. Oh, no problem. Any questions for me with this whole lighting thing and the camera function? I know that was a ton of information. I think we're going to have to do this Dreamsnap Decor Camp in 2 parts because there was a lot more to go over. You'll rewatch what you missed. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad. That makes me feel good. I'm glad you find the advice helpful. That makes me happy. And, let me just say too, would I ever recommend using the random filter? Absolutely not. That random filter is so bizarre. This is my face when you say that. No. That random filter is so weird. Okay, if that's not true. Would I ever? I don't say never. If they were to have a Dreamsnap challenge that was like, make the craziest picture you can make, then yes, I would recommend it. It's very bizarre. You hate it. I know it's super weird. It's super weird. It's so very random, right, Tanny? I mean, they could not have, as crazy as we say Game Loft names things, like just take a look at all the water pieces. They're named very bizarrely, but they named that one well because random is definitely the word for that. Hey, that would be cool. Mr. Star, if you're listening, Star Snap Challenge, random filters only. I'm sure he's already thought about that though. Because I don't know if you knew this, but Mr. Star does nothing but think about dream snaps and cruises and cats. Cats, cruises, and dream snaps. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I want to stick a little bit on lighting. Or do you want me to? Okay, let me ask you this, chat. Do you want me to talk about like a couple lighting tricks, or do you want me to talk about like finish up the camera functions? Because I think we're definitely going to have to be this. We'll have to definitely do the Dream Snap stuff in two parts, but I mean, we still have an hour left. I'm not saying goodbye yet. I'm just saying, what would you like me to go on to next? We can talk about a few lighting tricks or continue with camera function. You didn't know when you picked up a cozy game called Disney Dreamlight Valley that you'd have to become a professional photographer, but here we are. You want to go on a cruise, but you've never been on one? Hi, Mel. I am terrified of cruises because, yeah, I don't love being on the water that doesn't have a porcelain or plastic lining. It's not my favorite. Lighting tricks. Okay. Now, I would like to say that full disclosure here. I do not know all the lighting tricks. I don't use all the lighting tricks. I don't do a ton of blinding shots. Hi, Shawkay. Hi, Julie. Yes. Okay. So let's do a couple tricky kind of things. So again, this is not the end all be all when it comes to lighting tricks. It's not necessarily my forte, but I will show you the ones that I have used in the past and the ones I do know about. But I do suggest watching other creators' videos. There's a lot of them out there about lightings in Dreamsnaps. So, but let's just demonstrate a couple of them. Floating Islands has the benefit of being a very, very cool place for the best light in the game, which is the Vitalis Mines lamp. Okay. The Vitalis Lines lamp gives off this beautiful yellow golden hue. We're just going to place some of them down. And there's a couple ways you can use these. Oh, no problem, Tialda. Thank you for coming in. Okay. So you can place these in front of you. Hi, Cynic. Thank you for the lurk. And thank you for being a member. Okay, so these can go in the foreground. I just got to put myself in the right place here. These create a really pretty glow in front of your character. You have to just be in the right place. Here we go. It lights up the front of your scene. It's So the Vitalis light is a Scrooge store item. Can be in any of the Scrooge stores. It's not DLC specific. You can also place a lot of. Hello, Chris. Welcome in. You can also place a lot of foliage around these lights as well, and it lights up the foliage that it's lighting, I guess you could say. So we can see the difference between a flower without the light versus a flower with the light. It just, like I said, it's literally just adding a really pretty glow. So you can put it in front of your character. But what I like to do with them is I actually like to put them behind my character, especially with big dress kind of shots. You can put a couple on the floor right behind you. And then I like to utilize a small kind of pedestal table. I really like the display pillar, but the pillar that you can get from Jack, that one works as well. Hi, Cress. Welcome in, friend. We are talking lighting. Okay, so now I can kind of get a kind of halo glow around my character. So we talked about the one character lighting only actually does your graphics of your character itself, right? This is how you can get a really pretty glow behind your character. So you can see here, she's got this like kind of halo around her. I just would pause my character or take the snap when her dress covers the lights behind her. Or you can, wear a bigger ball gown, etc. But you can see here, so you really can't see the lights themselves. It's just adding a really pretty glow. If I change the time of day, you can see in night shots how that glow would work. So you can actually put those lights behind you or in front of your character or around bushes and trees. But that's how you utilize. These are one of the best lights to use in Dreamsnaps. If you put, like, let's say you are, the pause. Yes. Okay. We're going to be looking at the menu that is here on this side of the screen. So the right-hand side of your screen, the camera menu. It's this very first tab. So you can see at the top of my menu, it says L1, and it's going to change my tabs. The one all the way with like the little person where I pick my pose or my critter pose or my tool pose. This is where you'll find that pause. And the way you determine the button is on the other side of the screen, the left-hand side of the menu. You can see the second one down for me says R2 pause animation. If I hit that button on my controller, my character and my critter are now paused with wherever they are on the screen at that particular moment. So that's the pause. They really didn't. And honestly, and here's another trick with the pause too, which it's not really a trick. It's a treat. It's the trick in the trick or treat sense. If you go over and change your time of day, your weather. So like, let's say I want to change this to sunshine to get my clouds to shrink. I become unpaused. So you have to go back and you have to repause. So I have to go tab all the way back to that person thing again. And now I can pause myself once more. But yeah, as soon as you go off of, if you choose anything on this weather button, it's going to unpause your character. So you haven't done anything wrong. It's just the way that conjunction works with one another. Okay. So another thing with it is so frustrating, Cress. I know it is very frustrating. One of the things I like to do is use flowers or bushes or things like that in my foreground. If you use bushes in your foreground, like let's say we're going to do this landing bush. It goes well with this particular castle I want to just have a little bit of this in the foreground. You can place some of these lights behind here, and it will give those bushes, whatever bush you're using, a little bit of a glow behind them. You can hide these really pretty well. So now when I go into my my camera mode, I mean, if I had them, took the time to actually hide them a little bit better, but you can see that the glow now is going to light up the petals of the bush a little bit better than it would just plain. So that's lighting for that. Not all lighting is equal. So if I use the wooden lantern, it is not going to provide lighting the way I need it to in a Dreamsnap like this one does. This is called the black wrought iron street lamp, or it's going to say purple, green, blue, whatever color you're using at that particular time. So let's pick a blue one. And then we're going to go to nighttime. Well, you know what? I'm going to remove all these because it's going to affect that. So lighting is not the same. Just like inside the house, it's going to be the same for indoor snaps too. All ceiling lights are not created equal. In fact, they're not all created equal across every platform. So I have lights that work differently for me on PlayStation than it works for maybe PC or Switch. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go into camera mode. And let's make it dark outside. And we're going to see how these lights work independently. So you can see the halo of light from this light over here on the left is 0. There is no light being cast at the base of that light. It's literally just the globe itself. It is not projecting any light into the scene at all, versus this blue light has created a halo of light around itself onto the grass. So if you want to create those blinding shots like you've seen people do, and you want to use these lights behind trees, behind buildings to create a glow effect of a certain color, that's how that's done. It's using these particular wrought iron lights. So pick your lighting carefully, play around with it. Aw, Cress, thank you, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, friend. I really appreciate that. Yes, hearts for Cress. Thank you so much. Hi, Zara. Why aren't they moving? Who? Oh, the characters? Because they're talking with each other and there's nothing else to do. That's it. They're literally just two villagers talking, because there's nothing else on the island for them to look at. I'm sure if I had like a book pedestal or something else on the island, they would go look at it. But because I don't have anything up here, they're literally just standing there talking to each other. If they were guys, they'd be standing and looking at the water, I guess. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Men can gossip with the best of them. Okay. So play around with your lights, and then you can move the lighting behind things to create that kind of what we call the blinding effect. You know, you can put like 20 of these lights back here, and it then creates a whole glow, because as we know, I only have one of them evidently. But it creates a whole glow of whatever color light you're using to create that kind of effect. So like, for example, I did a build for Wicked. I did it in the Glade, and I used this particular light in green, and I lined my path, not completely lined with it, but I kind of was like every maybe fifth section, I would put one of those lights, and it made the whole path then glow green. And it's just from the light. So it's literally just where you're placing it. So that's the trick with that. Okay. The other trick I can tell you, and Caress actually learned this one just yesterday, and it is the Seaside Royal Table. The Seaside Royal Table is a very large table. So, like for example, we are doing a gala, and I know a lot of people are making like banquet tables again, and kind of putting some food out in their foreground, etc. If you use these particular large tables just as a foreground option with some food in the corner, maybe. Best trick, you had no idea. I know, right? There is a particular light that you can use over top of it. Now, it's a chandelier. It's an indoor light, but for some reason we can use it outside, and you can use it on top of this particular table. And it gives off an absolute ton of light. You can see, I mean, we're in daytime, and you can already see how much lighting is happening here. I mean, it looks like I have the sun directly on top of me. Oh, toodles. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what, Weasley? I don't have a command for members. But there's a join button if you're on PC, or I mean, if you're on like anything but mobile. You can underneath, like right where you're watching the stream, there's a join button. But yeah, I don't have the link for that. What was the table again? So it's the Seaside Royal Bundle table. It is part of the Ariel bundle. It does cost Moonstone. It's not a free item. Are there other tables it works on? I have no earthly clue. I've not tried. So again, I don't have all the tricks. I just know what tricks I do have, and I'm sharing. But yeah. You can see how much light this adds. It's gorgeous. It's really pretty. So yeah, that's a fun trick. It is gigantic. Yes, it is. But it's a fun trick. I really enjoy it. The Mulan table works too. Love that. Love that. Okay, perfect. See? That's why I told chat, please add if you know better than me. But yes, you can place this chandelier outside, and it gives a beautiful glow. I mean, you can see the difference. How much light that actually adds to the snap. So that's basically all I have for lighting. Oh, no problem. I'm glad you popped in and said hello. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, but like I said, the absolute best thing you can do for yourself is stand where you want to take your snap before you do anything, and literally put the time of day where you want the best lighting, and then spin around and find which way you need to orient yourself. That is going to be the best thing you can do. It's called the LaBeouf chandelier. It's under Tiana. It's under that tag. It comes with that the Charlotte LaBeouf, that mansion, the bedroom piece furniture set stuff that we got for her. So it's probably a premium light. I can't remember. No problem, Hot Cocoa. Always lurking. Okay, let's look and see if we can get another chandelier outside. I don't know that I've tried a different one, just because I know that one gives off so much light. And like I said, not all lights are created equal inside either. I'm just looking for chandeliers. Okay, so this is the chandelier of the deep. That is the Scrooge item, and that does the same thing. So you can do the exact same thing with this one. The thing is if you look at the footprint of the light itself, it just has to fit on the table, is basically all it is. She's a lurker. Cress, oh my gosh, Cress. Did you see what I have to do tomorrow? And Tanny, if you're still here, oh my gosh. So last night, I had the brilliant idea of saying, huh, it's a surprise stream, right? I said, well, if you can get to 50 likes, I'll say something nice about Eric. And they said, and I said, you know what, I'll hang out with Eric for an hour if you can get to 60 likes. So she got to 50. I made up a poem about his hair and I said something nice. And then I went to bed. And so I got a message that they hit 60 likes. And now I have to do an entire stream hanging out with Eric, the entire stream. So tomorrow we have a special stream at 4 p.m. Eastern of nothing but Eric. It's going to be torturous. We'll raid into there, Weasley, I think, when we're done here. It's going to be a good stream. We'll see. It's going to be super sarcastic, I have a feeling. There'll be some fun commands for Eric and stuff. We'll be nice. I'm going to hang out with him. I'm going to make him wash my laundry. No, I'm just kidding. Do the dishes. Yeah, poor Dreams is right. Right? Ugh. So annoying. But we're going to get back at Coco because if we get 60 likes, she has to spend a whole stream with Maui. The tattooed lover, as I like to call him. Yeah, Piglet, she doesn't know how to stop. She's addicted and she just can't stop streaming. You're back and you had a cheeseburger and fries? That sounds amazing. I haven't eaten yet. All I had was 5 chicken nuggets all day. I've eaten like a toddler again. Okay. So that's the hope. That is the hope. Okay. So this is my lighting tricks for you. Let's talk Mickey Cloud real quick now that I'm thinking about it. I want you all to look at our Mickey Cloud. Does everybody see this giant Mickey Cloud here on the screen? Let me see if I can get it to look so even, oh no, that doesn't work. Okay. It's a giant Mickey Cloud. If I try to take a picture with that, it would be hard to get it cleared up. And it's got a cloud kind of on top of it. So there's a couple things I can do here. The one I already told you about. If you go into your camera mode and you turn you can leave your time of day the way it is, but just turn it to sunshine instead of this nothing. Your clouds will shrink. And look at the Mickey Cloud now. So even though I've not changed my time of day, and I think to myself, well, I don't need to make it sunny. It's not raining. But just by going in there and putting that sunshine on, it will automatically shrink the Mickey Cloud and the clouds around it. So now there's no cloud on top of it. And now my Mickey Cloud is like perfect for Dreamsnaps. It has a perfect color for sunset. It's the perfect size, etc. So that's why I said make sure that you change it to sunshine, even if it's not raining, because you'll get a bigger effect. Now let's say you can't get it to change, go in and out of a house. It doesn't matter what the house is. Just go in and out. It will automatically change your Mickey Cloud positioning. So now I just need to find where it is now. So now I have it here. It changed where it is in my sky and the shape of it. So maybe you even get a better shape. So now let's go into camera mode. Let's change it to sunshine. And then let's see what it looks like now. Now it's even smaller. And look how cute it is. So now it's you just keep going in and out of a house and it changes the position of your Mickey Cloud every single time. And then switch it to sunshine, shrinks it down, and I guarantee you, you'll have a better Mickey Cloud every single time. The Mickey Cloud is automatic. So there's always going to be a Mickey Cloud for you in some fashion, but generally it's might be hidden behind a bunch of clouds. Like, look at that. I mean, sometimes you wouldn't even notice that Mickey Cloud is there. You know, or I'm going to change my time of day. But there's always a Mickey Cloud in the sky. You just got to find it. Oh, Malin, thank you for becoming a Jelly Jar member and jumping into our cupboard. Thank you so much. Thank you for becoming a member. Can we get some Sugarberry friends that you can now use, Malin? Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. That's awesome. So your Mickey Cloud will make a full rotation. If you don't want to wait, like I said, just keep popping in and out of the house and shrinking your clouds down by choosing the sunshine up. And you know, now it's going to be in a different place. So now it's behind those clouds completely. So let's see what happens when I take my clouds away. Again, I'm in the middle of day, but I'm still going to choose sunshine. Okay, so it's still hidden behind a weird cloud. So I'm just going to keep going in and out of this house skin to get a better one. And I think I'll credit, I don't remember who did this first. Maybe it was, I saw this from Oscar. I don't want to give credit where it's due. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I love you all. Let me just say that. I don't remember. But it's a good trick. And I use it all the time. It's one that I love. So let's take our clouds down. Now look at that Mickey Cloud. I mean, is that not like the perfect Mickey Cloud? So yeah. Make sure to choose that sunshine option to shrink your clouds and keep going in and out of the house to get it in the right positioning and get your clouds oriented in the right way. And I guarantee you, you'll have a perfect Mickey Cloud every time. And then it's just a matter of waiting. So, you know, I'm just going to, if I want my Mickey Cloud to be here, and I'm setting up my snap, I'm going to get all my things in place. I'm messing with aperture. I'm messing with my saturation, et cetera, et cetera. And now I just have to wait for my perfect Mickey Cloud to get over here. And I think that's where patience comes in. But yeah, it's worth it. Mickey Clouds are a known quantity that people like to see. Did I get my dream snap done? I did. I did. Would you like to see my dream snap? I can show you. So what we're voting on right now. Why isn't that working? Okay. Current challenge. We're just going to go there. My buttons aren't working again. Have you guys had this thing with the glitch with the menu where you can't get the thing to pop up? Okay, let's try this again. Current challenge. And it's still not going to work. Okay, I would have to finagle something, but I can show you in Discord. Okay, so this is I made this on stream. I really like how it turned out. I decided that I wanted to go for a color story more than I wanted to go for anything else. So I wanted to do pink and yellow, and that's kind of where my snap went. I picked my outfit first, obviously, for tags. My tags are 9991, so they're not, I mean, I could probably go higher, but I didn't want to. I wanted to please myself with this one. I yeah, that's kind of what I did. But I decided we were going to use everything. We used sparkle, we used fireworks, we used balloons, candles. We've got a butterfly. I used princesses, and I used a close-up trick. So we did pretty much a little bit of everything. And I think I would like to do another decor camp, I think, soon, and we're going to finish. I think we're going to make a snap together and just do all of the things, because that's kind of what I did here. And that's what I want you guys to be able to do that too. No. So the only thing that pauses when you hit that pause button is your character and your critter. The character that you're hanging with does not pause. Villagers do not pause, and effects do not pause. It's just your character and your critter. But yes, that is my snap. Thank you for the nice things to say on my snap. That I appreciate that. Yes. Okay, here's the thing. PSA about Game Loft. I love them, right? They give us fantastic things. We love playing this game. We wouldn't be here if we didn't. But they're not dumb, and they are business people first. They are out to make a profit, just like Zelda, just like Call of Duty. I don't care what game you play. They wouldn't make those beautiful games if they weren't making money. And so you will find that a lot of times anything that's in the premium shop will either have the tags or have the theme of that week's Dreamsnap. So it wouldn't surprise anybody in here to know that the dress and shoes that we just got in the shop, they meet the tags. The balloon trees meet the theme. And it's good. You're going to find that. Just like we got the Aurora House bundle last week. We got the 2 cottages and we got the 2 outfits. And sure enough, that's what the snap was. That's just what they're going to do, because they want you to spend your moonstones or buy more moonstones to get the premium shop items for that particular week's snap. So, yeah, it's not mandatory by any means. I did not use that dress. I did not use, in fact, I did use the balloon tree. That was the only thing in the premium shop stuff that I used. But, it's not necessary ever, but you'll definitely find that for the 9 times out of 10, the premium shop's going to match the snap. Excuse me. I'm getting photobombed by my croc. Isn't he cute? I love the crocodile so much. You have so many clothes that you can find something to wear. Yeah, for sure. You don't like that dress? It's not high on the tags list, but it's on there. It's not necessary, but it's on there. It's just the way of the beast. It's a business thing. It only makes sense, right? I mean, it doesn't surprise anybody, I'm sure, to know that. It's just like we're going to get Halloween items in the premium shop around Halloween snap time. Same with Christmas, Easter. I mean, we got all that like Easter stuff right around that kind of snap. Oh my gosh, same Cynic. I have been waiting for that dress ever since I saw it with the leaks. You like the one that looks like fruit. I love the Crocs. They are my favorite. One like away from torturing Coco. Oh, it's not the likes in this stream, Weasley. It's the like in tomorrow's stream. Like, I had no doubt I was going to get quite a bit of people watching Decor Camp because you guys like Decor Camps, which I find fantastic. But it's tomorrow's stream that I have to get 60 likes. So we have to make Eric popular. So yeah. You have to go. Oh, no problem. No problem, Ari. No problem. Let's talk about trapping characters real quick. You think it'll be my most watched stream ever? I mean, that would be awesome. I already put a thumbnail out for it and everything, so hopefully people will see Eric and not run the other direction. I mean, if I saw a stream with just nothing but Eric, I'd be like, oh, God, really? But we'll see. Okay. So many ways to trap a character. Aurora, would you like to play victim? That sounded wrong. We love you, Aurora. Don't be the victim. Be the warrior princess we know you can be. Okay. Basically, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put your character exactly as you hang with them, right? Put your character where you want them to be. And then you're going to make them face the way you want them to be. I usually do that just by talking to them. So I don't want to talk to her this way because she'll stay this way. If I'm taking my picture this particular direction, I want Aurora to be facing just a little bit to the right and forward. So I'm going to talk to her and make her turn directly towards that direction. And that's what I just did. Okay, so now I have Aurora exactly where I want her. I need to kind of take note of where she is on the ground. I'm going to go into furniture mode. And this is where you have some choices to make. It depends on what you're planning to do with your picture itself. You can use rocks. That is the easiest and quickest way to do it. Just grab the littlest rock and you're just going to make a circle around your character, connecting the rocks so she can't get out. So, you know, just so there's no gaps. And this is, I think, roughly where she is. And I'm going to exit furniture mode. And there we are. Aurora is now trapped. I can test this by just running away from her. Because she's hanging out with me, she's going to try and follow me. So you can see her moving, trying to get out, but she cannot. So that means she is indeed trapped. And I can just walk up now. Now, the good thing about the rocks is I can still talk to her, so I can still get her to face the way I want. Oops, I didn't mean to actually ask you a question. I mean, I care about what you say, but not right now. Yeah, okay. So Aurora's where I want her. Now, the rocks aren't very pretty here. This is the problem with the trapping. You can hide these. I did this in my Roses and Thorns snap. Let me go ahead and I will show you that snap. So let's go back to Discord. and I will show you how I used rocks to trap both Aurora and Maleficent, but you cannot see them. Let me find mine. You guys have been great dropping your snaps and everything. I love going through your dream snaps on Fridays. We've been kind of doing a Dream Snap Friday thing where I go over everyone's snaps and your results from the previous one. So that's been a lot of fun. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so here is, they are both trapped with rocks. You cannot see them because I am using bushes as part of my snap and in the foreground. They're not actually right up against my character. I don't have to push them up. It's just a situation where I've used them next to myself and it happens to block the view of where I have them trapped. So that is an option. It's just one option, but it is an option that you can do it that way. Okay, so let's now do the same for Elsa. I'm going to get kind of where Elsa is here on this. Okay. Another popular way to do this is with cologne bottles. It's not under perfume, it's under the word cologne. It's just a basic Scrooge shop item. I just usually type in COLO and it'll pop up. I hope I have some. Okay, I do. You can use the cologne bottles. As you can see, the cologne bottles are a lot smaller and can be hidden and might not necessarily show up as much as some of the other ones. Like you could even hide these just behind some flowers. So the cologne bottles is another option. Candles no longer work. So FYI. Foliage, this foliage, okay, this foliage, it doesn't really work except for a few pieces. The elegant water lily, I believe, still works. So you could use those. We have this ornamental palm frond. I believe this one works. Again, you want to use small, low to the ground items because these aren't ever going to be items that are like pretty. And the pretty ones they can walk right through. So the magnolia bloom piles, they can walk right out of. Candles, they can walk right out of. They escape with cologne bottles. You have to make sure that they're just tightly done, unfortunately. You can't leave any gaps because they can get out. Because they're so small, you have to have a lot of them. So if I just did cologne bottles like this, she could probably get out because there's a gap in between the two. Like, you know, you can see that has a big gap. You have to get them so they're real tight. Frogs, yep, frogs work. Is Coco's torture Maui or Vanellope? She hates them all. So she doesn't like Moana at all. Moana, Maui, doesn't like the movies, like nothing about it. So Maui, Moana, and Vanellope. She can't stand any of them. But I figure Maui's the worst one to torture her with because he's so big. So anything she does, he's going to be in the way. That's why I picked Maui. Honestly, I literally want to torture her with giant tattooed Maui, following her around all stream and getting in her way. But yes, frogs work too. Hey, everything just disappeared. Okay, I'm going to show you the best one though. Okay, so this is the best one I like using. Wait, is Aurora still in that same spot? Yes. Okay. Oh, she was listening. Uh-oh. If you have done daisy challenges and Touch of Magic, get out the custom chair and it only takes 4 chairs to trap a character. So you're going to use 4 chairs, and they can't get out of it. Okay, so you just place 4 chairs around the character. She's now trapped. And let's say I want to hang out with Elsa. This is what I just did for my snap for this particular challenge. So I'm going to hang out with Elsa. And the reason I'm hanging out with Elsa is I don't love Elsa's animation with the pages and the notebook stuff. Aurora, if she does her animation, I like it. I mean, her sitting on the ground pretty with a bird is pretty. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into camera mode. And Aurora can sit. So like I said, it only takes 4 chairs. Every character should be able to do their animation. It should give them plenty of room. And it only takes 4 pieces. So, and they can't get out. She says we have to be nice to them. That's the challenge. I am not going to say anything bad about Eric. I won't. I won't. Promise. And no more stipulations. This is my stream now. She can't stipulate in my stream. See, you can't keep adding rules to the be nice to the character challenge. Doesn't work that way. Okay, so we are in camera mode. What we're going to do now is I am going to go all the way over here. She just likes using the little angry berry. We are going to turn off speech bubbles because we are not hanging with Aurora. So Aurora's speech bubble could definitely pop up. So I take that one off first. And then I'm going to activate any visual effects that I have. If I'm going to take my companion off, I'm going to take the companion off. I am basically going to set up my camera for absolutely everything. I am going to shrink my clouds. I am going to adjust all my contrast, saturation, etc. I'm going to do everything. Turn off my snippets, whatever I'm doing. I'm going to get it all set. And then as my balloons are going off, as my fireworks are going off, I am going to turn Touch of Magic off. The chairs disappear, but she is still trapped. They still exist. So she cannot move. And she can start doing her animation. So if you want, like, let's say Minnie and Mickey trapped with chairs and you want them both to be doing animation, trap them both. So see, she's now doing her animation exactly where I want her to. And I can now take this picture with her sitting so pretty with her little bird, and she's completely trapped. She can't move. Now, when I exit furniture mode or camera mode, there are some pieces and some possibilities where the Touch of Magic disappears completely and she'll be free. So if you've taken the time to, like, let's say trap 9 characters, you might be in a world of hurt if you haven't used other objects because, you know, the Touch of Magic thing sometimes can release them. So you can see here, I like the chairs because the chairs are big. I can't lose them. I can see them go away. The TVs work really nicely. A lot of people like the trophies. I find personally the trophies will disappear on me. Same with the tables. But the chairs, I've had really good luck with the chairs. And I only need 4 of them, like I said. So, FYI, for what it's worth. But yes, this is how I trap all the characters.
I don't think you've noticed.
What, we hit 60 likes.
Yes.
I know, but it doesn't matter. I have to sit 60 likes in my stream tomorrow.
Ah, in the stream tomorrow.
Folks, my daughter doesn't listen to me.
I just misunderstood.
I said it just a few minutes ago.
Mom, mother,
Oh, daughter, don't mother me.
mother. I was going to say, remember that moment where we were like one like away
I
from
do.
that thing? So I heard that and assumed,
Ah,
oh.
okay, okay, okay. Yes, so I would do the chairs for sure.
Also, we don't
Oh, you did this trick with Mother Gothel. How did it work for you, Bug?
need to make Eric popular tomorrow. We just need to make torturing you popular.
Please don't torture me tomorrow.
I meant with Eric.
Are you
But
guys
you're
gonna?
already planning on
Okay,
doing.
honest. Are you guys gonna tease me the entire stream? Like, do I need to put my thick skin on before stream tomorrow? I just need to know ahead of time. Like, do I have to wear like a dress? Do I have to dress like a princess for him? Do I have to like? Just, I need to know if we're changing parameters here. I need to know them all now. Do I need to dress up? Do I need to be a princess? Do I need to watch my sarcasm? Like, just tell me all the rules because I don't want to get yelled at all stream.
Do you want to borrow one of the princess dresses I used to wear when I was tiny?
No. Oh, good. I'm so glad that worked well for you. Do you need to make a ton of chairs? No, I mean, I think it just depends on how many characters you're talking about trapping. I dress in the skunk outfit. You might have something there, Bug. You got my back, Taters, Mom. I know you do. I know Cress has my back, too. We need to make an outfit for my character. That would be great. What if I want to add 2 more characters? You just get them, just trap them one at a time. So here's what I would do. Like, let's say I want Elsa to stand right next to Aurora. So let's say I want to stand in a row and I want to be on the end. Okay. Here's what I would do with that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to extend this out. Okay, so I'm going to get these chairs into position. We're going to extend this out. And what I'm going to do is I'm now going to push Elsa into this section here. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to move this chair now to the end. Okay, and now they are now trapped together. I can stand here. And then you get everything set. And then the last thing you would do is take Touch of Magic off. And now we're all in a row. Oh, thank you, Julie. Thank you so much for becoming a Jam Jar member in the cupboard. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's get some hearts in chat with our little sugarberry friend, who you can now play with. For Julie. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate that. But anyway, did that make sense about you just use your chairs in place and keep moving them around to hide more and more characters? You can do it the other way. The chair went through Elsa. Sure did. If I wanted to, like, let's say, make a little, you could do, now we can do a section now where we could make it maybe a little bit on the angle. Oh, I can't get close to the house. But, you know, if you've seen characters standing like kind of in a line, like for a parade or something, you just keep moving the chairs around and keep fencing them in where you want them and then removing chairs as you go. No. Mm-mm. So even if they're trapped here, if I go in a place, they become untrapped. Oh, gosh, no problem, Julie, at all. No problem at all. Well, they're free now because I didn't trap them. But yeah, if they are trapped, and I go into a house, they become untrapped. That's just, unfortunately, that's going to remain true for any kind of trapping. It doesn't matter how you're trapping them. I think even fencing, even trapping characters in with fencing, I think they still can get out of the fence line and go away wherever they want to go if you go in a house or Scrooge's. Coco says, I have to dress like a princess and you cannot be mean to Eric. And she said, she will wear whatever I want when I choose for her. Oh, well, that's not fair because she's not on camera. I see you, Coco. I see you and your evilness. I will dress my character like a princess. How about that? I will dress her like the princess of all princesses. But am I going to dress like a princess myself on camera? No. I'll wear a nice top and do my makeup. How about that? It's as much as you get. No problem, Yvette. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the beast. If you trap a character and go in someplace, it just resets them. She meant my character. Okay, well, that's good because so I think, let's see, what else do we want to cover real quick? We talked about, we're going to go over a lot more about Dreamsnaps in general. Oh, I touched on this in our last stream a little bit, but you want me to wear a crown? I'll think about that. It's funny you should say that because I do actually have a crown from Marmalade's childhood, but it's actually really funny. Okay, ladies, we're going to take a picture together. Close-up shots. Close-up shots can be done in a couple different ways. I'm going to say the one way is not really a effective close-up shot, and it's not like the super close-up shots that you're used to seeing. So I'm going to show you a couple things that I have found effective with my snaps. I am going to use Oswald's car. And unfortunately, this does mean DLC and premium shop items. I don't quite know of any others, and if you do, please let me know. The Vizier's cooking table is also a really good one. I don't have that on me. I placed it in my house, and I just don't have it on me. And then the castle walls actually work, which is why I said premium shop, because obviously they're... okay. And I like to try to do them in their elongated form. They just don't cast as long as a shadow. Okay. Oh, a large rock works, Mullen? That's great. Okay, so what happens basically is your camera, as you walk around, the camera doesn't want to, did you just see that? The camera in the game, it has nothing to do with the camera for Dreamsnaps. It's the camera of the game. It doesn't look through some of these items. It will look through others. Like if you use fountains or anything like that, it looks through them. But if you try to do it through some items like this, it pops you around it because it doesn't want to go through it. And so by using these items in front of you, it allows you in camera mode to pop forward. Okay, so you see the camera make that little bit of a jump forward. And now my character is a lot closer than she would be without it. Okay, so it's just that little bit of a jump forward. The closer you get to that item, obviously the closer the camera is going to push you. which you can do. But remember when we talked about nearsightedness? This is where you're going to use that. So you're going to check into this focus and pop you're going to use this focus now to have your character come into focus. So when you're using this nearsighted function, use your focus to clear up the image. So now you can see my character is super up close to this camera and beautiful, and you can see her eye is really pretty now in the picture. I mean, it gets just really pretty. So that's that item. The castle wall does the exact same thing, but the thing with the castle wall is you'll see it does have a long shadow to it. So the car is good in the main. It can cast a shadow too, depending on your time of day. So play around with that. But the vizier's table works, and Malin said that the large rock will work if you don't have those. Tink's balloon, okay, it gives some sparkle with the right angle. Okay, so you can play around with that. Wonderful. I love you guys adding to this list. They're going to fight. I know they look like they're having quite the argument, don't they? Aurora's just like, whatever, I'm in a good mood. And Elsa's like, no, seriously, listen to me. Just ask me. I'll tell you all the trick. I'll tell you all the deets. Okay. The other way I get my character a little bit closer. And this is one. Okay. So if you know anything about third camera mode is basically your camera on a rotating wire, and you have to basically control it. And you've never managed to make it work. Thanks for, oh, no problem. So, okay, third camera mode, I don't use because I am on the PlayStation on a controller, and it's always just not it's not an option. Third camera mode just is horrible with the controller. It always looks like you're like looking from the, here, I'll show you. This is what third camera mode looks like with the controller. So I spin around, and that's all I can do. That's as high as I can go, and I can't change that. I can zoom in and look at her hands. It just doesn't work. So I don't use it. But what I will say is, this is a kind of a weird thing. So if I go into, this is second camera mode. I see, you can see the positioning of my camera, right? Another way to do this, it's so, let me see if it still works, because I actually haven't used it in a minute. Okay. What I did is I am pushing my camera up all the way until the camera pops up forward. So I'm like basically getting close up into my character's face before I go into furniture mode. So I'm just pushing the camera up till I get up in my character's face, and then I go into camera mode, into second camera mode. So you're going to see my selfie mode is like right up there. And then it'll be like a teeny bit closer. It's not great, but it's a little bit better. I don't know how else to say it. It works even better if you've got bushes and things around, but it's something. But I suggest using, and if you're going to do a close-up mode, just get two steps away, and then go into your mode, and then use your focus to clear up your image. And this is how people are getting those pictures. Oh, look at Aurora. She's like in mid animation. But once you're in this mode, you can still do different poses. That stuff all remains the same. But yeah, this is those gorgeous pictures that you see getting all of that. It's really pretty, right? Oh my gosh, how did I get the two of them like that? How, I can't even do this when I'm trying to do this. Okay. That's fun. Anyway, you could fill this out and get a snap like this. You've used selfie mode to bring characters into position or drag them where you want them in a group, and they all just follow you if you pop in and out of selfie. Correct. Yes, they will keep looking towards you. I don't know why, right? They are behaving so well and like looking right at the camera. Elsa's even smiling. She's not even doing her like weird side eye thing. I mean, Aurora's got a bit of a side eye, but I don't mind it. It's a princess side eye. She's got the princess hand going on, and they're doing it to disrespect me. Maybe. My character even looks really pretty. I like my snap. I'm not redoing it. I like my snap. I'm not redoing it. Okay. But does that help with close-up shots? Does that help explain that? She's a sassy girl. She is a sassy girl. My goodness. Working with characters is rough. This is one of my very first house builds, by the way. So you guys talk about how you're not good at decorating. I keep some of these early builds of mine because I wasn't always great either. I learned and I watched tons of videos just like you are watching mine. And yeah, this is one of my earlier builds that I was, it is what it is. It's my Snow White dress. Marmalade made that dress for me, I think. Oh, wait, no, I think I did the Snow White one, didn't I? I don't remember. Marmalade did make this one, though. The Aurora dress. Blind feral cats. This is my Minnie outfit. Let's put Minnie on. I feel like she's... Ooh, that's when I had black hair. A lot of catnip. Seriously. Okay, well, I think what we'll do, let's pick a date for the next decor camp because I actually don't have one scheduled. Let's pull up our calendar on Discord. Oh, by the way, the treasure event, July 30th through August 12th. So that's coming up. Super exciting. Okay, so Wednesday we have Hogwarts Legacy. Okay. The 25th was originally going to be a members only stream, but it is not the entire valley. Oh, are you guys there? I think I disconnected for a second. Everything, are we back? I hope so. Yes, maybe. Yeah, okay. Yay. Sorry, there's a delay. Okay. And then I was going to just do a basic DDV stream on the 27th. But do you guys like this like Sunday time? Like maybe we finish our decor camp on the 27th and finish up Dreamsnap talk. Because I have some more things to cover. We want to talk about foreground, building with symmetry, using color in snaps, how to choose the right colors, etc. So do we want to do that on the 27th? Does that work for everyone? The other option is we could do Friday, the 1st of August. What votes say you? Yeah, OBS disconnected for a minute. It's hit and miss for you. What are the options again? Sunday the 27th, the same time, 3 to 6. Or we could do like our Friday noon to 3 on August 1st. I'm fine with either. How about we do it this way? I'm going to end this poll. So villagers won. I think what we'll do is we'll go over villager trapping again in the next decor camp that we're going to finish. Let me end this poll and we'll start another. And let's pick a date.
It's for all the way access. I remember this one. Well, like this afternoon. Couldn't beat it.
Starts at 3.
That's what I was doing.
I'm going to add one on here just for like a... I just want to see what the interest of that is. Okay, there's 3 options on there. Okay, so we have 3 options. Sunday, July 27th from 3 to 6. We have August 1st, 12 to 3. Or Monday, August 4th, 4 to 7. No, the plans that I had for the 27th, Weasley was literally just playing the game. Decorating, probably. How rude. What? What'd I do, Keto? What? What? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything rude. I was just talking about my schedule. We're trying to pick the next decor camp. So we've got Hogwarts Legacy this Wednesday at 6 p.m. And then the members only stream is now a open stream on the 25th. So it's not just members only. And then I am canceling Hogwarts Legacy on Wednesday the 30th. Oh. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I am canceling Hogwarts Legacy on Wednesday the 30th because it's Keto's birthday stream and I would like to be present for my friend for her birthday stream. And yeah. YouTube can't math. I mean,
May I end stream with Kitty?
no.
Seriously?
And don't even orchestrate. She said what she said.
Oh, don't sob. No, I want to be in Keto's stream. And it's Keto's birthday on the 30th. It's reset day. It's the start of the treasure event. Like, there's so much GDV stuff going on the 30th. I want to be a viewer, just like all of you, and make Keto do all the work on her birthday. It's true, Piglet. I could just pop up and right beforehand. What time are you streaming on the 30th, Keto? Okay, so it looks like we're going to pick Sunday, July 27th. You want me to play date everything? Maybe. Well, what time are you starting? 6 a.m. So 9 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, I'm not going to go live before keto. We're just going to all be present for our friend Keto. And I'll send out reminders to everyone on my side too. And don't forget, the 25th, 12 to 3 is my stream, and we're going to be tearing down my entire valley. Oh, it's going to be so sad and painful. But that's happening. And then it's the special streamer party on the 25th. You say fun, I say keto. That is right. That's okay. I'll be there, keto. I will help. And you're labeling it 18 plus. Thank God, because I might swear in chat. I'm just kidding. Just not mentally. Oh, you know. I know. Tearing it down is going to be painful. I'm not tearing down my island builds, but I am tearing down my entire valley. It's happening. We can all swear in chat. Oh, yay! I'm doing it. I'm going to do it. I just want to, hopefully Topher will pop in. Because it'll be after the premiere of his show, so he should be slower that week. Hopefully he'll pop in, and I like to shock him with language. Oh my goodness. Oh, Marmalade, look at you go. There are links to everybody that we love. Everybody who's here today. You want to say darn and fiddlesticks. Those are not the words I want to say. You'll do a favorite swear word poll? That would be so much fun. Because it's your birthday and no one can stop you. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, Keto. We are definitely going to celebrate your birthday with you Wednesday, the 30th, 9 a.m. Eastern. I can't wait. Okay, so the poll is now, I'm going to close it. Looks like we're going to do Sunday, July 27th from 3 to 6. So same time next Sunday. We'll finish up Decor Camp for Dreamsnaps and then probably do a little bit more on Decor Camp, but maybe on the more decorating side. But we'll do more with the camera. We'll do things like using balloons, fireworks, like how to place all those kinds of things and get good pictures with those. We'll talk about foreground. We'll talk about symmetry. We'll call it color story and all of that. So yeah, next Sunday, 3 p.m. You've never had a birthday party. Darling. Well, we're going to come with bells on. So look at, we got Eric's stream tomorrow. We've got Friday is the streamer party and tearing my valley down. Sunday, Decor Camp again. And then Keto's birthday. My goodness. So much fun coming up. What a way to end July, man. Okay, well, I will say goodbye to everybody, but thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you. Oh, let me not forget. thank you for the super chats today. Thank you for all of our new members that joined. I really, really appreciate all of you. I'm not going to forget. So I wanted to say a special thank you for all of my members, but all of my subscribers too. I appreciate each and every one of you every single time you're here. You guys are so welcome for the stream. I hope you learned at least one thing that would make me happy. And yeah, so I will see you guys. Don't be mean, Keto. Calling me old. What time is the Eric stream? Oh, the Eric stream is starting at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Super Mud Marmalade and new Super Mud Weasley. Okay, thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys next time. And keep on dreaming.